This episode of the Rocker Skating Podcast is brought to you by MK Blades, the choice of champions. For nearly a century, MK has crafted world-class figure skating blades trusted by Olympians and beginners alike. Whether you're perfecting your first jumps or chasing gold, MK gives you the edge you need. Visit mkblades.com and find your perfect pair. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast, sponsored by John Wilson Blades. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Jackie.
This weekend will be French Nationals and Italian Nationals and Japanese Nationals, and we're gonna save the preview for Japan Nationals for the midweek, but we're going to talk about Italian and French Nationals right now. I think those are going to be very exciting. There's a lot to potentially look at there. Let's talk about the French first. Now, France, for the men's event for the Olympics, has 2 spots. Women, 1 spot. Pairs, 1 team spot. And ice dance, 2 spots. And so the men were, unless something crazy happens in the men's event, which like it'd have to be like incredibly crazy. There's very little chance that it's not going to be Adam Seau and Kevin Amos who make it onto the French Olympic team. For me, the intrigue is going to be the battle for the 3rd spot for the world team. Now they have 2 spots for the Olympic team, but they do have 3 spots for the world team. And so the Luki Konomides and Francois Pitot and more recently Sammy Hammy coming in and being a potential contender. I think that the 3 of them and who gets the 3rd here will be very interesting to see. The women, that 1 spot is going to either Laureen Shield or Leah Serna.
Yeah. And I can't really make a prediction here. I mean,
I
I
know.
really thought Laureen Shield was having a great season, and until she wasn't. So we'll see.
It's been a tale of 2 different seasons for these 2, because Laureen came out so strong at the beginning and has her scores internationally have only gone down, and she's somehow lost her consistency, whereas Leah Serna started off okay and has gotten stronger and stronger. So French Nationals will likely be the decider of this whole thing. Now, could they string it out to Europeans? They potentially could. Actually, I don't think they could, because I think the French criteria has it that I am confirming here. French criteria is an analysis of the performances at the Grand Prix, French Masters, Challengers, and the National Championships. So Europeans, as far as the rules are concerned, do not figure into the Olympic selection process.
Interesting.
So that will be one of the exciting battles. The other exciting one is going to be in pairs, where Kovalev and Fala and Bell are probably going to be the ones who are vying for that spot. Now, all season long, it's generally been Kovalev. Cami had that shoulder dislocation at her last Grand Prix, and she is scheduled to be back this week. But I think she said something about her not being 100% and hasn't been able to train 100%. So it's gonna be a little touch and go.
Yikes.
I think. So we'll see what that means, right? Like, she's obviously not going to be skating at 100%, and that there's probably not a formal petitioning process per se, but there's also the fact that like both Kovalev's and Fala and Bell have a history this season that they can do analysis of, and so we'll see what happens after this week. And in ice dance, what do you think?
This is going to be a great competition. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see everybody. It's just like such a great collection of teams.
it really is.
I mean, I'm expecting Fournier, Beaudry, and Cicerone to score something insane and win easily. I mean, I feel like that's a forgiven. I mean, it's just we can just say that from here, unless they have
I,
another skirt grabbing blade mishap.
oh
But
gosh,
even then,
I am very curious as to how many tens they're going to get
yeah. I mean,
because I think
I think the number of tens they don't get is going to be smaller than the number they do.
I mean,
Um,
we know how French nationals does. I mean, we know how generally how
mhm,
national championships across the world
yeah,
does, and like I will do
yeah,
my general disclaimer that
hmm
you should take the national championship scores with a grain of salt
yeah,
because they're generally going to be higher than what you see
yeah.
in an international setting.
I'm gonna predict they break 90 in the rhythm dance.
Mm. We haven't seen we haven't seen that this season,
No,
right?
I don't think we've seen that in at least one Olympic cycle since Guillaume. No, it would have been Maddie and Evan
No, Maddie and Evan have
at like
like
the
at a
World Team
world team
Trophy.
trophy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
um, yeah. But I think the real battle is going to be for silver between Lopareva Brissot and
Yeah.
Demougeot Lemercier. And we'll see how that shakes out. It'll be really interesting. I think that's your podium, unless pending disaster.
Yep.
But yeah. And I imagine all three of those teams will be at Europeans. But we'll see who's chosen for the Olympic team.
Yep.
It's
Well, multiple 90 pluses for Chalk and Bates.
Wow.
2023 Worlds, 2023 World Team Trophy, 2024 Worlds, 2025 Worlds, 2025 World
Wow.
Team Trophy. I mean
Interesting.
that is their MO. It
Yeah.
is escalating scores during the season
hmm
because they are just generally so good at taking every little piece of feedback
Yeah.
and putting it in there.
Yeah.
And Fournier, Beaudry, Cicerone were 88.54 at Masters.
Mm. And that was with their Depeche Mode program. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really bitter pill to swallow when one of these other teams is left off the Olympic team because they only have 2 spots. It's just really
Absolutely.
frustrating and unfair and, uh,
Yeah. I mean, unless something weird happens with Lopari over Bristol,
yeah,
their scores have been almost all of them have been above Demougeot
yeah,
Lemercier's scores this
it's gonna
season.
be
So
though.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, and I love them. It's just I want all
I
3 of these
know,
teams there, you know?
I know. French nationals. I think this is probably going to be one of the more interestingly fun French nationals that we've
Mhm.
had in recent years. A lot because we just haven't seen as many like sort of head to heads, right?
Yeah.
We usually come
Yeah,
in
like
and it's like, oh yeah,
Adam
we know who it
Adam
is,
wasn't there last year.
right?
Was he? No, he
I
missed it.
think he was injured last year.
Yeah, and that's when Kevin did the A.
Had the 0A. What happened last year?
Because they have to have because it's not a waltz jump. A waltz jump gets an A. If you just set it up and you don't do it, then it's a 0 A.
Oh, I think it's exactly the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just call it a
Interesting.
0A.
Okay.
um, I don't know if that was the 0A year. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go over to Italy.
Okay.
And this is your home country for the Olympics here for Italy, and so this is
Mhm.
I think there's going to be more interest going into these national championships
Cam
now.
Campionati Italiani Pattinaggio di Figura Junior and Senior in Bergamo.
Michelle, you need to teach us how to speak.
Oh, I've got nothing. I've never studied Italian. I'm just trying. I gotta get ready.
Campionati Italiani Pattinaggio di Figura. Okay, somebody's gonna message me and be like, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
So, okay, so for the men, we've been setting this up all season
Mhm.
long. Daniel Grasso has a very much a lock
Yeah, he's fine.
on an Olympic spot. They have 2 Olympic spots, and the likelihood it'll be between Nikolai Memola
Mhm.
and Matteo Rizzo,
Mhm.
and the whole thing is they are adding scores up. And so um, the as I found over the last few days, the Italian criteria is even more complicated than I thought it was.
There's percentages.
Well, there's the percentages, but then there's also like for these type B competitions, if you're counting the first type B, it counts at
Mhm.
100%. If you count more than one type B, the second one's at 95%. So there's
Mm,
all kinds of weird things, a lot of manual math that they have to do.
mhm.
But basically, for Matteo Rizzo to overtake Nikolai Memela, he has to more or less beat him by something like 10 points here.
That's a big ask.
I'm going to go back and do the calculations again before this
Mhm.
weekend, but it's something around the 5 to 10 point range.
Mhm.
So uh, he will need to be perfect, and Nikolai Memela will need to make mistakes. So
Mhm.
that's really the big thing there.
Yeah.
For the women, it's a pretty cut and dry decision there. Also,
Mhm.
Laranaki Gutman has just been on fire all season long, and she comes in with like a 45-point lead or something like that.
Mhm.
So it will be her, but it's a 13 women event
It's
here.
deep. I was so interested there's only 7 men entered, 7 senior men. And
Yeah,
for them to have, like, 3 or 4 of, like, the top men in the world, it's kind of incredible.
yeah. So the men and the women. So
And
with
only
the
4
pair,
pairs.
yeah, I know
Do you remember a couple years ago, there were so many Italian pairs, they were just, like,
there
coming out
were.
of the woodwork, and I was like, "Wait, what's this one? Where did
Yeah,
this one come from?"
yeah.
And they had a
and they
ton.
and they were all like they all had a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's Conti Machi again,
Mhm.
cut and dry. They will get a spot. Gilardi Ambrosini
Mhm.
likely the second spot unless Beccari Guarise can pull out some magic at Italian
Mhm.
nationals. And given that Lucrezia Beccari has been injured all season,
Mhm.
probably been very tough for them to train. So we'll see what happens. This
Mhm.
could be Matteo Guarise's last nationals.
Oh, man.
I know, a
It's
stalwart.
been a yeah, he's been around a long time.
I'm curious to hear what you think about the ice dance competition here because we know Gignard Fabry are going to win,
Mhm.
but the battle for silver could
Yeah.
actually be among a number of teams here. If the international season has been any indication, like it could be any of them.
Yeah. We finally got to see Tali and La Fornara at Golden Spin. They made their season debut. I believe Noah La Fornara was injured at the beginning of the season, and I liked their programs. I thought they were good. You can tell they haven't had much mileage, but I mean, they may have improved a bit in the time they've had before this event. I think that you know. Fed probably wants to see them in second and wants to see them coming out strong, but we'll see how it plays out. I love Paulina and Tuba. I think that they have a lot of potential, and they've really kind of had a bit of a breakthrough this season. Kind of competing more and doing more challenging events. But then, of course, Monty and Roethlisberger are probably like the second most experienced team in this whole
Hmm.
field, and yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm excited to watch it. I don't really know what's going to happen, but.
yeah, and they have two spots for the world team,
Mhm.
so that will be the battle is for that second spot for the world team.
Yeah, I just wanna say, like, future looking for Italy, I feel I'd be very surprised if Tali La Fornara aren't the ones they send to Worlds. Their ceiling is so high. They just had this injury setback, but we'll see.
We will see. I mean, I'm looking at last season's Europeans.
Mm,
Gignard Fabry won it, and Manny
mhm,
Roethlisberger were 15th. So they have two
mm,
spots for Europeans as well.
nice.
And Europeans will figure into the world's selection
Mm,
process. So this competition will absolutely be a battle to get to Europeans. And
mhm,
you would imagine that whoever gets to Europeans will probably get to Worlds, but then you still have to perform well
yeah,
because they will count another competition in 2026 in their calculations in
mhm.
order to figure out the world team spots.
We also have to wonder, will Guinard and Fabry go to Worlds?
That's right.
And then I also wondered, are they going to go to Europeans? Because they'd have to face Fournier, Beaudry, and Cizeron, who have already beaten them this season, Fear Gibson, who have beaten them twice this season, and it's in Sheffield, where the crowd is going to be just wild for the British team. I don't know. I don't know if I would go. I feel like it's a, you know,
I mean,
strategic choice to not go.
well, there are always strategic choices for
Mhm.
the dancers because part of this is just FaceTime, right? You want to be
Yeah.
showing up. Part of it is also making sure that they keep their spots for the skate order.
That's
And
true.
to not go to a Europeans is very taxing on your world standings, right? And that's why you always see like Chalk and Bates generally will go to a four continents, even if it's
Yeah.
on the other side of the world. You would expect that to happen. Probably not this season, given it's so close to the Olympics. But for Europeans, it's a little different because there's an extra week between them and four continents. And it's also in continental Europe, which is a lot closer than if you were in North America and going to Beijing for four continents. So
Well, I'm not good at calculating world standings because I don't really look
I
at them
know.
very often. But I am looking at it now, and Guinard and Fabry are third. Fear Gibson are first. Chalk Bates are second. Lopareva Briseau fourth. Then Gilles Poirier, Carrera Ponmarenko, Reed, and Ambrulevicius. Okay, that tells me that only Lopareva Briseau could knock them down. And then it's like Gilles and Poirier and Carrera Ponmarenko. Gilles and Poirier are going to be at the Olympics. I don't know if like they'd have to look at the math if Reed and Ambrulevicius could knock them out of the top 5, but I don't know. I'm intrigued. We'll see.
Yeah,
See
we'll
what they
see.
do.
We will definitely have to see what all this strategy is going to look like for
Mhm.
sure. Well, lots to come. We will be back midweek with a Japan Nationals preview, and I will be in Japan.
Yeah, when do you leave?
I leave on Tuesday morning. So,
Wow.
oh my God, I'm so excited to be at Japan Nationals for the Olympic season is just,
It's going to be crazy.
like
It's going to be loud in there.
I am giddy.
Send Wakaba my love.
I will.
This is her final competition, probably.
I mean,
Unless they send her to like 4
it's,
continents.
or
Yeah.
she could do one of those local competitions that,
Mhm.
they often have domestic events in
Mhm.
early in the year.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, this will be her last
Mhm.
nationals. Could be her last event. It'll be Kaori's last nationals. It'll
Oh my
be
god. Mai Mihara.
Mai Mihara. Oh my God.
Mhm. I
The
just saw a picture of
the
Kaori,
tears.
Mai, and Wakaba on a podium in 2012 together. They were babies. It's just like end of an era.
The tears. I will be crying.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, as always, to John Wilson Blades and its many brands for your sponsorship. And thank you to Tara Nichols for helping us sound great. And for Michelle Ellis, this is Jackie Walls, Chief Skate Nerd of RockersGain.com, and about to be a flight taker to Japan.
About to become a Japanese citizen.
About to become a Japanese citizen. Just like Yuka Orihara.
Aw.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you again very soon. Bye.